Just 3 more races to go until the day is over and done with. Junior Rotax up next, and here is your starting grid. Bahrain Mega will start on pole position. Alongside will be the 226 of Nikita Genza. Valentin Klus and Janis Stiak round out row number 2. Maurice Schmeis and Leon Arndt complete the top 3 rows, with Kian Agassade, Louis Jacobs, Raphael Renhofer and Rafael Balza completing the top 10. Following that, completing the 14-strong grid will be Louis Detling in the 273, the 247 of Magnus Pedersen, the 236 of Neville Fischer, and the 286 of Luigi Gazzo. 11 minutes plus an additional lap on the clock. The red lights are ignited on the starting gantry for the 3rd and final time today for Junior Rotax. So it will be down to Bahrain Mega and Nikita Genza to control the pace, which they are doing so as the field is at a crawl. So they head around the penultimate corner. And for those wondering at home, pole position is on the right-hand side of your screens, the left-hand side of the track. They split, they go into the tram lines, they bury the accelerators to the floor, and it is lights out, they are off and away. And Klus already gets the initial advantage on Genza to get up into 2nd. Schmeis looks to have gotten up into 3rd ahead of Genza, with Agassade just behind. The drivers now make their way through into the chicane, being led by Mega, Klus, Schmeis, Genza and Agassade. Janis Stiak looks to be in the thick of things as well as they make their way through towards the latter part of the circuit. Both Mega and Klus looking to break away early, as now up the inside goes Nikita Genza on the inside of Maurice Schmeis. That compromises Kian Agassade through the penultimate left-hander on the circuit, and as a result of that, the 208 of Leon Arndt then also profits as a result of that. Magnus Pedersen all the way down at the back part of the field, a big distance away from the rest of those up ahead, as Luigi Gazzo battling away with Neville Fischer for what is 12th position. Stiak. So it was Leon Arndt that got up past the inside of Kian Agassade a lap ago. Agassade ahead of Stiak, Jacobs, Renhofer and Balza, who round out the top 10. But Genza again trying to push and move forward once more. As Fischer gets a bit fisticuffy with Gazzo and gets past. As now Valentin Klus was within a 10th and a half of Bahrain Mega. Genza still there in 3rd. Schmeis, Arndt, Agassade, Jacobs. Looks like Renhofer has also made up another position past Janis Stiak, with Rafael Balza rounding out the top 10. And a little bit further behind is Louis Detling. 8 minutes and 52 seconds on the clock remaining as Agassade gets back up the inside of Leon Arndt to now retake 5th position. As more moves up and down the order, it looks like Jacobs and Renhofer were battling away, but Stiak got the nose stuck in. But Renhofer now up into 7th. As Valentin Klus now takes the lead just after lap number 3 completed. Genza in the 226, not too far behind, so the top 3, you couldn't really cover them with an A4 piece of paper and expect to cover them all. But in this particular occasion, I think you did if you put it on landscape rather than portrait. They now make their way down towards the far part of the circuit, as Mega looks up the inside through the hairpin on Klus, but loses a bit of ground. This gives Nikita Genza the opportunity that is required and goes up the inside of the 245 for 2nd position. Maurice Schmeis still holding station in 4th place, being chased down by Kian Agassade. Leon Arndt, Rafael Renhofer is setting the fastest laps out of anybody. And it's put in a 47.434 second lap time on the completion of lap 4. So the FM Racing driver looking to pass Leon Arndt to the next available opportunity. And that could come very, very quickly if Renhofer gets the toe going down the back part of the circuit into the hairpin. Not on this particular occasion, as Agassade closes on Maurice Schmeis for 4th place. Rafael Balza trying to close on Luis Jacobs at the minute for 9th. And Balza was not quicker than the driver just up ahead as they filter their way through turns 1, 2 into 3 at the hairpin. As a little bit of a twitch from the back end of Agassade there, going through turn 4 and into 5. And in through the chicane where they're absolutely launching the carts over the curbs to try and make sure that they put in the optimum racing line to get through into the next left-hander at the end of the chicane. So 6 minutes and 15 seconds to go, plus 1 lap. Valentin Klus continues to lead after lap 6. Genza, Mega, Schmeis, Agassade. Renhofer now has gotten past Leon Arndt in the meantime. So up into 6th goes the 2:33 from FM Racing. Now has Kian Agassade in the line of sight. Through into the chicane they go. And it is still all to play for over the next 5 minutes and 40 seconds, plus 1 lap. Plus, still holding on to that lead. But it's just dependent on not if, but when Nikita Genza decides to strike. And looks to be close in the toe. Takes a look over the left shoulder to see where Farin Mega is. And Mega is about 3 kart lengths behind as they cross the line. So still, as now Rafael Renhofer has disposed of Maurice Schmeis with absolute ruthless aggression and now is up to 5th place. Kian Agassade will now feel the heat from behind. As Renhofer hasn't had a good start to the day, but this time around up the inside goes the 2:33 of Rafael Renhofer as Luigi Gazzo heading into the approach on the chicane loses the back end and it puts the kart 180 degrees pointing in the wrong direction. But now Rafael Renhofer once again is the driver that really is putting the pace in. But Farin Mega now has started responding. And put in after the completion of lap number 7, a 47.112 second lap time. And that puts the 2:45 from Kachmi.de in the fight for the lead. And also what will be the final race victory of today. And tomorrow it will be all to play for. As now Genza goes up the inside of Klus to take the lead through the hairpin. Nicely done by the 2:26 as now Mega tries to force the envelope and gets through on Klus on the very next corner. Nicely done by the pair. Valentin Klus didn't really have an answer, but at the end of the day, Klus has to look at the championship ramifications. One of the things is that Klus will look at consistency, and that is how you win a title. But also, any racing driver will want to go out there and win. And I know for a fact that Valentin and his father Kai, who I've got to know over the past few months and the last year or so, great people and very, very passionate about karting, as is every single family in this paddock. Genza now leads. Just over 3 minutes and 15 seconds still remaining. The battle for the lead still hotly contested. And whilst Genza and Mega continue to battle, this will bring Valentin Klus back into contention. But Rafael Renhofer trying to close up on the 3 in front and has Kian Agassade along for the ride. But in many respects, it could be a bit too little, too late, as we've got 2 minutes and 45 seconds, plus 1 lap. So it's Bühler Kart Racing Team versus Kachmi.de an RS competition in the top 3 positions at the moment. Mega looks closer to Genza this time around. Genza shuts the door before the hairpin on the far side of the circuit. Now into the next right-hander they go. Genza still leads. Mega looks towards the inside. Not enough for him to get through as Agasadis steamrolls up the inside of Renhofer and takes back 4th position. So the 262 makes a good move there. The top 3 make their way through turns 1 and into 2. Then into turn 3 at the hairpin. Genza still leading. Plus now back in the fray. Now they come through into the right-hander that brings them into the chicane here at Wittgenborn. As they all charge their way through. As Leon Arndt closing on Maurice Schmeis. And that is for 6th position. So the 208 on the Kart Republic chassis. Trying to do the level best to get past Maurice Schmeis. Just over a minute and a half remaining. Nikita Genza will lead the field across the line to complete lap 12. Bayern Mega still has the fastest lap of the race in the pocket so far on a 47.112. Klus still in 3rd. Agasadis now having pressure once again from Renhofer. Maurice Schmeis trying to battle off Leonard. Janis Diak running out the top 8 ahead of Rafael Balza and Luis Jacobs, who completes the top 10. As now Mega has retaken the lead. I think that was probably through the hairpin, knew when to strike, and that is a perfect opportunity coming out of the chicane and going into the left-hand sweeper as Valentin Klus looked up the inside of Nikita Genza through the penultimate left-hander, and that compromised the 201. So cross the line with just under 40 seconds remaining as Leon Arndt now goes up the inside of Maurice Schmeis through turn 1. Schmeis keeps it pinned to the outside, stays in front. Renhofer battling away with the steering wheel, trying to keep on level pegging terms with Kian Agasade, but it's been a great resurgence from the 233 from FM Racing over the course of this race. All 14 drivers still circulating as Luigi Gazzo crosses the line after lap number 13. But now the top 2 starting to pull away from Valentin Klus. A tight and technical challenge here at Wittgenborn, with plenty of overtaking opportunities. So last lap board is shown to Varin Mega. And has to keep, as that's getting close between Renhofer and Agasade going into turn 1. And Agasade keeps a hold of it for the moment, but Varin Mega still ahead of Nikita Genza as they go through the chicane for the final time here in Junior Rotax Heat 3. The hairpin, one more overtaking opportunity and Genza senses it. Mega goes towards the outside. This brings Valentin Klus back in. It's side by side between the leaders and a bit of an assist from Valentin Klus, who gets up the inside of Mega, who then counter-attacks. Back up into second goes the 245, but on the last lap, round the final corner, comes the 226 of Nikita Genza, who takes the win ahead of Varin Mega and Valentin Klus. Kian Agasade holds on for 4th place ahead of Rafael Renhofer. Maurice Schmeis takes 6th position at the end of it all. Leonard, then Janis Diak, Rafael Balza and Luis Jacobs round out the top 10. Nevio Fischer takes 11th ahead of Louis Detling, with Magnus Pedersen completing the top 13 as we wait for our 14th and final competitor, Luigi Gazzo, to cross the line.